Isn't it true that the rich can afford to acquire everything they want? That may be the case, but it doesn't entail that the affluent are sprinkling dollar notes all over the place. To help you save money, I've compiled a list of 13 things wealthy people avoid. Before the video begins, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more stuff. This remark, in my opinion, has a great deal of knowledge in every piece of work. The third richest individual in the world today would not be Bill Gates' position if he spent half of his income on frivolous stuff like designer clothes and designer jewelry. In the absence of Warren Buffett's investments, he would no longer be the sixth wealthiest person in the world. Rich individuals may be able to purchase everything they want whenever they want, but that doesn't imply they're throwing money about like flies. Of course, this does not imply that the affluent never purchase extravagant or costly products. Rather, they just consider their opinions carefully before making a purchase. Due to media portrayals of wealthy people and their houses, we've come to believe that all wealthy people have mansions and luxury automobiles. That's precisely what I was thinking before realizing the truth and reality, if I'm being completely honest. Number 13. Buying on the spur of the moment. Of course, the fleece hoodie in the shop display or the newest automobile on the lot could be appealing. A rich individual, on the other hand, would never make a purchase on the spur of the moment. Warren Buffett, a wealthy investor, told Forbes that if you acquire things you don't need, you'll soon have to sell things you need. However, this does not rule out the purchase of extravagant products by millionaires. They just consider their financial situation while making such purchases. Number 12. Enormous amount of money. You can't expect your kids and grandkids who have to budget as we did to inherit a mountain of money from you. Large bequests, on the other hand, are something wealthy people don't do with their money. Indeed, both Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg have said that they prefer that their children make their own way in the world rather than depending on government handouts. Instead, both billionaires are donating a considerable amount of their wealth to charitable causes to aid people in need. Number 11. Networks and video games. For this reason, wealthy individuals do not squander their money on extravagant television packages or the newest video games. Adults in households with yearly earnings under $25,000 spent much more time consuming media in 2015, according to Nielsen. TV, video games, and the radio as compared to those in homes with yearly earnings of more than $75,000 annually. We predicted that households with bigger income levels would have a greater number of gadgets. But Glenn Enoch Nielsen, Nielsen's SVP of Audience Analytics, adds that low-income people are all devices and use them more often. According to Thomas Gurley, the everyday success habits of affluent persons, 67% of successful people claim not to watch television. Number 10. Brands of splendor. It's true that millionaires can buy designer clothes, but it doesn't imply that they're really splurging their hard-earned cash on expensive clothes. When Ingvar Kamprad spoke to the news about his fashion choices, he said, "I don't have any clothes I wear that aren't bought from the flea market." Even though he can buy a wardrobe full of Rolexes, Bill Gates has said that he still wears a $10 watch. You may save hundreds of dollars a month by using these money-saving tips. Number 9. Overpriced property. Even if they have a larger purchasing budget, the wealthy are still on the lookout for bargains. They want to feel as though they are getting the most bang for the buck and not being taken advantage of. Despite the fact that they're shelling out millions, they'll still attempt to get a discount on the list price. Some people go so far as not to buy a house at all because they can't afford it. Warren Buffett may be the world's third richest man, according to US News and the World Report, yet he continues to live in a $31,500 house he purchased in 1958. Number 8. Renting instead of buying. Some wealthy people have gone so far as to forego the process of purchasing a house altogether. The presenter of Extra Mansions and Millionaires is reporting that many people are choosing to rent instead of buying. He told HuffingtonPost.com that renting is more popular than ever before, especially among the rich people. Even if the market has improved somewhat this year, we're not in a bubble. Number 7. High-priced personal care services. Some prominent affluent individuals don't believe taking the train is worth pulling out the dough for, but everyone needs a train once in a while. Businessman and millionaire John Caldwell cuts his own hair. Ingvar Kamprad, the creator of IKEA, told Newsweek that he's had his hair cropped when he visits impoverished nations as a gesture to give back. Check out some great methods to save money without feeling the pinch. Number 6. Multi-currency accounts. I see why a rich person wouldn't want to carry around a ton of cash around. Nevertheless, don't be fooled into believing that they carry a wallet full of credit cards from every major financial institution. According to Tom Corley, whose book, Rich Habits, The Daily Habits of Successful People is a bestseller, said in an interview with the US News and the World Report, only 8% of the wealthy have more than one vehicle. Meanwhile, 77% of the poor carry many credit cards in their wallets at any one time. Additional fees and interest charges come as a result of using additional cards. Additionally, you'll have additional options for impulse purchases. Number 5. Fees that are late. Rich individuals, in particular, despise having to pay annoying late penalties when I fail to make a payment. According to David Batch, this is why people are so diligent about setting up automatic payments for everything from their mortgages and auto loans to their credit cards and insurance. As he told LearnVest, late fines may pile up quickly for the author of the book, Clever Ladies Finish Wealthy. Number 4. Things that don't last long. Even if they can afford to repair a worn-out or broken object, the wealthy choose not to spend their money in this manner. Affluent individuals are aware that the lowest option is not necessarily the best one. LearnVest spoke to Horizon Asset Management CFP Peter Bush, who is based in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They may adopt a long-term perspective and evaluate the value of what they pay now to what they will be worth in the future. Number 3. Things over life lessons. According to study, money and material belongings may only provide you so much happiness. Rather, it's the big events in your life that bring you joy. Jamie Tardy, the author of The Inevitable Millionaire, believes that the rich choose once-in-a-lifetime events over the newest technology. As Charlie disclosed earlier this week, a millionaire she knows had an older iPhone than the current model. Number 2. Solitude. Now, let's face it, no one is going to tell you not to invest in your 401k or IRA. Self-made millionaires, on the other hand, aren't planning to retire, according to CNBC. According to a 2010 Barclays Wealth Research, which was featured on CNBC, 54% of millionaires want to continue working into their retirement. People with a net worth of $15 million intend to work, no matter what their age is. Number 1. Lay a bet. Rich individuals may not have a vested interest in playing the lottery since they've already made it big, but that doesn't mean they want to waste their hard-earned cash. He has lammed it as an example of the government preying on its own people. A government shouldn't make it simple for a person's social security check to be wasted. He added, when he handed his children their allowance, he installed a slot machine in his house to demonstrate that they could quickly lose it all when they succumbed to temptation and spent it all in one day. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and switch on post alerts so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming content. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the future videos.